today's video, we'll be looking at a few episodes on the topic of binomial theorem, and these examples taken from a test paper. Alright, so we'll present the definition of what a binomial theorem is. And it says a method of expanding an expression which has been raised to a finite power. Alright, so the formula that is used finding a binomial expression is a plus b all square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus square. Alright, in looking on the first example that we have here, and it says this is inside of a bracket for c squared minus c cubed all raised to the second power. In rewriting this in using the formula, we know that all this would be a and all this would be b raised to the second power. So it says a squared, and that gives us 4 times 4 gives us 16. Alright, so it asks us to square, and so we already have the c squared, and it says a squared, and looking in the formula, so we have to square the c squared. Right, then following the sign, it says minus 2ab. So 2 4 is 8, and a is c to the second power, b is c to the third power. So there are two rules that we will look, and one is when you're multiplying, or when you're raising a power to a power. As in the case where it is c squared raised to the second power. Another rule is when you're multiplying two coefficients up with the same base. Alright, so that's the 2ab. Then we're going to write the plus, and b squared, which is equal to c cubed squared. Alright, so we know we have the 16c squared raised to the second power. So that there is a power being raised to another power. And when a power is raised to another power, what we do is to multiply the exponent. So we see 2, and we say 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4. So it should be 16c4 minus, and we see this power is being multiplied by a power. What we're going to do is to add the power. So it should be 8c to the 5. Alright, so that's 2 plus 3 gives us 5. Alright, for this part now, we also see the c being raised to the c cube being raised to the second power. And when a power is raised to another power, we multiply. So it will be 3 times 2 equals 6. And that is the final answer. Let's try to rewrite it. The answer is equal to 16c4 minus 8c to the 5th power plus c to the 6th power. And that is our first example. We're going to move on now to our second example. The second example says that 2l plus 3l cubed all raised to the second power. And this is a similar process in which we will apply the formula. This, in rewriting the formula, it would be a squared minus 2ab plus square. Alright, so we know that should be 4l squared plus 12l times l cubed, and this is plus 9l cubed to the second. And this would be the b squared. Alright, and simplifying our answer, alright, we know this would be 4l squared plus 12l multiplied by the l to the third power gives us, and this is also a power multiplied by power. So we add the power, and it would give us 12l to the fourth. Add in this now, then the l to the cube is being raised to the second power as well. So we're going to multiply that. So it should be L3 to 6. Yes. Alright, so the two important rules to know is when a power is raised to another power, and when you're multiplying power by another power with the same base. So looking on the third example, we see we have 4v minus 5. See, we have v minus 3. Alright, for this one now, we're going to apply the distributive property, in which all of the elements in this first bracket will be multiplied by the elements in the second bracket. So we're going to say the 4v is going to be multiplied by the v to give us 4 squared. And 4v minus 3 will give us minus 12v. Alright, in using the 5 now, we have minus 5v, and a minus 5 multiplied by a minus 3 gives us a positive 50. Alright, so in combining the minus 12v and the 5v, the answer is equal to 4v squared minus 17v plus 50. So we're moving on to our fourth example. And our fourth example is one similar to this one that we just did. Alright, says we write our bracket 5n plus 2, 4n plus 4. Alright, still applying the distributive property. So we have 5 times 4, that gives us 20n squared. The 5n multiplied by the 4 gives us 20n. Alright, so 2n multiplied by 4 gives us 8n, and 2 multiplied by 4 gives us 8. Alright, and simplifying, because we have the 20n plus the 8n, what we will have here is 20n squared plus 28n plus 8. And that is the final answer for that fourth question. Alright, so we're going to move on to the fifth question now. Our fifth question is a similar one. And after a while, these take practice. So you will start getting a hang of how they're done. So bracket 4z minus 2 being times by 3z plus 3. Okay. And by now we should be familiarized with applying the distributive property, where we will have 4 times 3z to be 12z squared. And we have 4 times 3 gives us a 12z. So we have a minus 2 times a 3z gives us a minus 6z. And a minus 2 times a minus 3 gives us a minus 6. Alright, so we'll still have to group the like terms, right? And we're considering the powers. Even though this is z, we're seeing that it is equal to 12z squared, and a positive 12z minus a 6z will give us a positive 6z minus 6. That should be our final answer. There are two more. So number 6 says 2y plus 5 bracket y minus 1 close bracket. So applying the distributive property, 2y multiplied by y gives us y squared. And 2y minus 1 gives us a minus 2y. And we have a 5 plus y gives us a positive 5y. And we have a 5 minus 1 gives us a minus 5. And that is the property when you're multiplying a positive number multiplied by a negative number. Alright, so we're going to summarize this now. So now we should have the 2y squared. And in combining these, minus 2 plus 5, that will give us a positive 3y minus 5. And that is our sixth question. So the seventh one, it's a bit applying the rule, right, in its simplest form, in which it says 3r plus 2 all square, right? And this is using the expression a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Alright, so we're going to rewrite it now to give us a squared 3 3's 9, and r squared plus 2ab. So it's 2 times the 3r plus 2. It gives us 12r. And b squared is 4. So that is our final answer for number 7. Alright, we're going to work number 8 on this one as well. And it says f minus 4 all squared. Still using the formula, which is equal a squared. That will be f squared minus 2ab. 4 2's 8. That will be minus 8f. Alright, plus b squared, 4 squared is 16. And that sums it up in solving these binomial expressions. The formula that we used was a squared minus 2ab plus b squared.